Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is your brother Phil on the Sidewalk Saint. Today we're going to be talking about everything is perfect. You're exactly who you are supposed to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're going through exactly what you're supposed to be going through, and everything around you is exactly where it's supposed to be as well. In other words, everything is perfect. And Brother Phil's out of his mind, isn't he? What the hell? There's coronavirus and there's this and that and work is slow and blah 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 blah. Well, the fact of the matter is this. To put it as plain and simply as I can, to just lay it all out in one statement. Well, I hope it's as small as one statement. I'll put it like this. I'll start out with the first way I know how to describe it. All paths lead to the same end. Okay. Some people are probably I hear people thinking, what, death? No, my friends, no. All paths lead back to the source. All paths lead back to the Big Bang. All paths lead back to God. All paths lead back to whatever religious guru you are following and whatever you're doing. All paths lead back to the source. Okay? So, all there is alternate paths. That's the only difference. So, the beauty of it is it's impossible for you not to succeed. It's impossible for you not to eventually, ascend and become more than you are now and reunite with your higher self and then become a galactic angel or a light worker on a light ship going around the universe or whatever, just and higher and higher and higher, and you up to the point of what would be something like the Archangel Metatron or Archangel Michael, and then even higher, and then eventually the whole system itself leads back into the source, which is you come back to God, because people know this, and in all religions it's pretty much the same, that we all were taken as pieces of God from God. Okay, so that's true, and that spark of God is called your heart, and it's in your heart, and that's where that is. And then your spark of super consciousness or super knowledge is in your brain. It's not your brain itself. It has to be activated, and then it takes over for your brain, because really your brain is just a piece of meat that facilitates the function of your body. It is not the all-knowing. It knows little to nothing. So that's one thing I find very interesting in schools. They pin your education on how well you can do some little problems in a book or a math book or a science project. That is not intelligence. That's not intelligence. That is brain motor function and nothing more. And it's cool, it's great. I'm not hating on the education system, even though it is a failed piece of trash as far as I'm concerned, to put it blatantly. I mean, a whole bunch of kids have gone through so much, and they see this failed education system that we present to them, and they lose all their interest and just go out and smoke pot and take acid, right? I was one of those kids, and maybe you were too. Probably most of you were. So anyways, to get back on course. But that all had to happen to get to where we are now. And where we are is the ascension of the planet, which was part of our big plan for this whole deal. And guess what? We did it. We did it. And now we have to learn how to live in this new place. Even people that were masters in the old energy can no longer function so well in this new energy, are relearning how to do their mastery techniques. And it all works differently. Like before, you had to go through karma. Not only now can you get rid of karma, but also you reap as you sow almost immediately, because things move faster in this dimension. Before that, in the old energy, which we're no longer in, by the way, you could reap something 10 lifetimes later. It just was a matter of it building up and getting to the point where you had to experience it, because you have to experience what you create. And so, yeah, I mean, now you don't even have to have karma. And some might say, oh, well, You know, how am I going to get punished for what I did? You don't have to get punished for what you did, because when you release karma, your body will change, your mind will change, you'll be a better person because of it. It's a transformation of you into the person that won't need karma, because you are seeing what is going on. You are realizing what is going on. You witness that you did something wrong, and you know that you did, and you don't like it, and you want to change it. So that means you're doing good in your class of life, which you are in and will continue to be in for many, 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 many years beyond measure. You'll always be here. We'll always be on the path upward, and we'll always be doing these sorts of missions on planets. Yes, this stuff is, we've all mostly done this from 1 million to 1 billion times in this universe at its age that it actually is. So anyways, I know I got way out there. That's a pretty wild thing that I was talking about. But I hope you guys can hear me and understand what I'm saying. So yeah, it's perfect. It's the perfect system. Whatever you create, you have to experience. And by experiencing it, you become aware of it. And by being aware of it, you can fix it. It's a very, very cool program. So, you know, reap as you sow was a big mantra of our beloved Jesus. And, you know, I'm coming from a totally non-religious person. I feel very akin to Jesus. He's come to me, not physically, but he's come to me many times and been a part of my ascension, and it's been absolutely incredible. I love that guy. I'm pretty much, and I'm very close to Buddha too. So you want to see how non-religious I am? I'm all mixed up, but all the best and highest things come to me for my experience, and all the best and highest things will come to you for your experience. And whatever you went through or going through is exactly what was supposed to happen. And the beauty of it is that I had this major epiphany yesterday that absolutely blew my mind. Here's the beauty. Here's another beautiful aspect of it. Not only do all things lead back to the source, but there is no wrong answer. You cannot fail. It's a no-fail system that our beloved universe has made for us. You cannot fail. It's not possible. You will eventually return. All paths lead back to the same end. Basically reverberates in what I'm saying. Every answer to every question is right, even the bad ones. Because no matter what, eventually, and in this light energy now, this newer earth, this newer place that's more full of love and kindness, you will make it. You will succeed. You're just, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It's just amazing. So whatever decision you made, no matter what, eventually will lead you back to the good you, to the high you, to the higher you, to the higher self. Like, you cannot fail. No one is left behind and no one gets punished. You are only the creator of your punishments. By experience. By experience, you're creating your own punishment. It's not even a punishment even in that. It's just you have to experience what you create. You don't have a choice. So yeah, everything's perfect. Everything's great. Everything's exactly where it's supposed to be, exactly the way it's supposed to be, doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And you are too. So yeah, everything's perfect. Crazy, right? Everyone that needed to go through this corona is going to go through it. Everyone that needed to pass on had planned on passing on. And then on top of all that, we make these plans. We decide how this is all going to go in our lives. And so we even, and call me super crazy, we take our lives for a freaking test drive. We have a group of consults that we meet with and check out this life, and the big long line of the entire universe had applied more or less to come to this earth, because this is the first time for many things in the whole universe. We are, you know, we're being written down in the great book of life as the great ones, because this was such a hard experience, and I think you agree with me, don't you? This is the worst planet of all. This was the worst race of all, but we're not the worst. This is the baddest it had to get ever in the history of the universe, because it's a free will planet, and that's what allowed the Dark Ones to come here and do what they did, because it had to be up to us for them to be gotten rid of. Although we didn't have to get rid of them ourselves, though we did do that, by the way, but we had to reach out. We had to call out for our higher selves and our angelic brothers and sisters and the universe, and to God himself, and beg him for help. And all of us had to do it in one way or another. We all had to do it. If we didn't ask, they weren't coming. And that was our choice. We decided on that. And you know why? Because this is the most free planet in the entire universe. This is the freest place in the entire universe. The most beautiful and most free place in the entire galaxy. And that's why it was such a battle to have the right to be here. So anyways, I better cut this short before my video time runs out. I love you guys a lot. I hope you enjoyed my rant and the view, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.